Oh, well. Well, at least we did an okay amount of damage. I did top fucking damage on my goddamn team. What the fuck happened? Well, also, that IS-6. That's the IS-6 we saw getting mauled by the Type 4 Heavy. That guy was asleep at the wheel. Yeah. We did alright. I don't know what the fuck you guys did, but we did okay. Okay. Another tier 8 game. At least it was fast this time. And it's Lakeville. Okay, so this all really depends on what the fuck's gonna happen here. I think we're gonna set up somewhere back over there so we can potentially shoot down the valley and the city. The problem is the center line is gonna be a bit exposed, but it really depends on what goes there anyway. My bet's on that robust-looking AT-15. He can do it. And the OIs. Ferdinand's going over there. Good! Fantastic! Ferdinand's armor is kind of, well, absolutely worthless currently, but you know what? At least it's something big and scary. They have to take a moment to press 2. That's where you get him. Or that's where you should get him. Okay, so I got 2 KV-2s running halfway across the fucking map. He's probably not gonna stop, which means that he's probably gonna be about here when the shell hits the ground. Well, I didn't hit him. And I didn't stun him either. God fucking damn it. Also, there's 3 KVs. It is a KV-2 platoon. It is, my goodness. My eyes. They've been so long. It has been so long since I have seen trolling of this magnitude. That hit him. I didn't kill him, but it hit him. So he's stunned and he has probably has like 90 health. But looks like there are more important things going on over here. At least for the moment. This E-25, I fucking hate these things. He's put himself in kind of an annoying position as well. We might have to shuffle over just a little bit in order to actually do anything. Can we get this? How far can we get this over? No, just about that far. It's not gonna splash him. Can we get this up here? Hey! Right the fuck over it. God damn it. Huh. Well, it looks like their artillery is taking a really big hit out of them. Okay. Let's see if we can remove this E-25 from fucking existence. If he's gonna stay. Please stay right there. Please. Yes, please. God damn it! Just has to go up. Just a little bit farther, and then we can remove the ridiculous stat padding machine from existence. Someone got him, though. Good. Now we can move all the way over here and actually shoot the rest of the guys. Moving with artillery is kind of hard to manage. Sometimes it's really obvious. Other times it's kind of like, am I putting myself in danger by doing this? There's a fucking rock. There's this T91 that's having fucking ideas. What's he doing? Is he standing still? He going... Yeah, whap! Done. Okay, good. Things are going okay. It's 6-1. I got myself a kill. I haven't really done very much, but we're moving into a position where we can, you know, suitably annoy this Yak Tiger. The enemy line is, in fact, breaking. The only problem is they keep forcing the enemy into positions where I can't fucking shoot them. You've just... I admire your gallantry, T92. The only problem is you've just removed my ability to actually support you. And you're in a position with an enemy that you can't actually fucking kill frontally. Why have you done this? But, you know what? I may be able to use your sacrifice. This OI is similarly in a terrible, terrible fucking spot. Ping. Oi, it's just a light tank. I'm not a light tank, but I didn't hit him anyway. What the hell is that F3 doing? Where are you going, son? You can't blap a Yag Tiger! You're not robust enough! But the Yag Tiger is putting himself in a really, really bad position. I'd like to bring the thing down. Eh? No. I can't bring the gun down far enough. Okay. We're probably gonna get some points for this. So at least we've got this kill. I said some points, and I said kill very loosely. Get him, Challenger. Click him. Click him! Good. Well, we did fuck all that game because, honestly, everything moved kind of fast. But, oh well, I'll take a fucking breathless victory over a hard-fought loss. Yeah, we didn't do shit that game, but, well, at least we clicked on some things. And hey, look! 100% crew skill. Very nice! Look at all these numbers. They're not red anymore! Yay! But now we begin training. Vernon Skillman. You will be the glorious leader of this troop, and we will give you all Brothers in Arms as your first skill, because it makes the tank better in every capacity. And Brothers in Arms is a very, very, very good skill to go for first, or at least attempt to go to first. The other typical, I suppose, route would be to train an active, what would we call it? Perk? Right. Perks come in at 100%. Its skills train with, well, increase in effectiveness as the skill is learned. So usually what people do is they train a skill, like concealment or firefighting or repairs very typically on heavy tanks, or really anything. And then what they do is once they reach 100% on that skill, they reset the skill, reset the skill rank, which means they now have basically skill-free XP, and then they just jack in Brothers in Arms, since you did all of the work for it, and, well, now you get to benefit from it. But I usually just go for Brothers in Arms first off the bat, because usually if I have crew skills on a fucking tank, I'm usually playing it for a considerably long amount of time anyway, so it doesn't bother me so much that I have to wait a little bit. And then I go for more situational things, like, Mentor. People say Mentor is shit. I like Mentor because, again, if I have crew skills, I'm gonna be playing for a long time on that fucking tank. And as you see by my Russian crew, that hops between all of my Russian heavy tanks, yeah, I do get my fucking money's worth out of that. But then you'd also have Sixth Sense, Jack of all trades. I have that, especially on the British crew, that hops between, well, the TOG and all of the tank destroyers, because, well, it's that loader. It's that loader that hides in the secondary turret, i.e. the giant fucking weak spot on all of the assault tanks. That loader gets knocked out, you lose most of your DPM, and if you have Jack of all trades, that hit is a little less hard. So, there's also that. And also, but honestly, the most useful skills are the ones for the driver. Well, they're kind of, honestly, they're not all that amazingly useful, but they're just like, it does something good, whereas most of the crew skills in every other class do something, like, kind of irrelevant, like the radio operator. The radio operator skills are absolutely fucking worthless. These are completely worthless to basically every tank in the fucking game, aside from, like, light tanks. Like, Call for Vengeance is the only one that actually helps. Signal boosting and relaying is like, what the fuck, radio range is omniscient anyway, which is why they really need to go back and fix radios and actually make them an important part of the fucking game. Because radio equipment and the radio operator crewman are the most irrelevant fucking parts of this game since its inception. But situational awareness extends view range. That's probably the only one that that's the only one worth getting. But probably the king of all the important skills is the gunner, because Deadeye helps, Snapshot also helps, also Smooth Ride on the driver also helps a lot, and, well, Designated Target is also kind of nice. I'll probably be picking up Designated Target the first thing, because, well, it's artillery. and makes them visible for 2 more seconds. So I can get my shots in a little bit better. And also, well, obviously, the king of all... Honestly, the #1 skill I'd probably think that everyone needs to get, period, on any tank. Any tank in this entire game is Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense is so good that it should be fucking standard. And it is basically on... It kind of is on World of Warships, if I remember correctly. I don't think that's actually a skill that you need to master. Or rather, you can tell when the enemy's spotted you. Actually, no. No, that is a skill. Never mind. But it's a rank 1 skill. You just kind of trip over it. This, it actually takes work to actually get to, and it probably shouldn't. Like, crew skills also need to be really, really worked on, but there's a lot of internal bureaucratic red tape, I suppose, in Wargaming between the developers and everybody else who's telling them what to do, because the developer... Honestly, here's the problem with Wargaming. The problem is, they made a good game. You know, that's kind of the issue. They made a good game that's accepted by, well, a large majority of primarily the Russian audience, but it's accepted in basically around the world. You know what the problem is? The problem with that is, that makes the suits at Wargaming kind of afraid to fuck with the game. Now that it's good and it's accepted, they like their money machine, so they don't want to fuck with anything in the money machine, especially the grind, because they're idiots. They don't play their own game, and they don't understand exactly what the fuck is going on in the game, and really what is, you know, what people actually play the game for most of the time. They just look at it from the third person and think, well, obviously we're making money because it takes so long to fucking get anywhere in the game. So, yeah, so we need to grind for literally everything. Here's the fucking problem. You see 9.18? What happened? What happened? We screamed at them for 6 years that artillery is fucking broken and it needs to be changed. It took them 6 years to get the fuck over themselves and realize that, you know what? The thing that we designed wasn't doing the thing that we thought it was doing. They actually listened to the player base. They're starting to actually get better about that. So, that's an improvement, but this is kind of the issue why things in World of Tanks are still the way that they are. Honestly, most of the developers blame the bureaucratic red tape, and honestly, World of Warships is considerably better off in terms of what it's able to do, because there isn't so much red tape. It has World of Tanks to back it up in terms of monetary, basically financial backing, more or less. It's got a ground to work on with World of Tanks. So, and it's a completely different game in a lot of cases. So it can do whatever the fuck it wants. They can experiment and do whatever the hell they want. The World of Warships team has far more fucking leeway with development and changes in their game than the World of Tanks team has. Because World of Tanks is the cash cow. It can't fuck up, or Wargaming goes down the tube. That's the problem. But enough of rambling by me. Let's go back and play artillery. And all that rambling aside, they're starting to actually do good things for the game now. So they're actually starting to listen. So that's good. And also, look, a Tier 7 game. Wow, amazing. That's interesting. It's been a while, but, well, now the new matchmaking is actually also working. Also, that's the thing. The matchmaking. The +2 matchmaking. That's another fucking stupid thing. Do you know why the +2 matchmaking is in? Because they want the players that get all... it's stupid. It's so stupid you think past it. You think, oh, that couldn't be it. No. The thing is, they want you to grind to a better tank so that you can smush all of the weaker tanks. The only problem is, they think they're clever because, well, you're in a bigger tank, that means you're gonna get shittier matchmaking. So it's technically balanced. It's like karmic balance, which is dumb. But that's kind of the thing. It's that lust for power that they think the audience enjoys, which meanwhile, we fucking hate that shit! But that's the only thing they think that will make you grind for the upper tier tanks. When honestly, once you get higher and higher up in the gameplay changes almost entirely. Like, low tier gameplay is considerably fucking different from high tier gameplay. That's why I enjoy it, because it's more simple, but you get my idea. I did damage to that guy. Or at least I splashed him. It'd be nice if I can get some spots, though. But yeah, at least now that matchmaking is sort of seeing an adjustment that makes it actually standardized. Because all the random bullshit, we hate. Matchmaking sucked. +2, it's never, ever fun playing on the bottom tier in a match. It is never, ever, ever fun! Nobody likes that shit! And they never will! So finally, Wargaming's actually realized that, no, I hit him. You saw that, it didn't hit the ground. But finally, Wargaming has realized that, oh wait, yeah, maybe we should get rid of that part of the game, or at least minimize that part of the game as much as possible, so more of our players don't want to kill themselves. Wargaming, there's a lot of stupidity going on with Wargaming, but honestly, they're starting to get better, and the only reason we're still here in a lot of cases is the fact that there's nothing like World of Tanks currently. There's Armored Warfare, but that shit just kind of went down the tube. Ooh, that was the engine deck. I didn't pen, but I'd like more spots, please. I'm just kind of manically clicking while, like, just complaining about the woes of this video game, which is what I did during all the other Grindfest, honestly, but Armored Warfare was kind of, well, it was kind of obvious. Good! And World of Warships is just kind of, honestly, not my game in a lot of cases. It's the kind of game where it's like, I look at it and I want to play it a certain way, but I can't play it a certain way. So it just kind of frustrates me over and over again. This, at least it's artillery, so at least I know this fucking game. That's kind of the thing, why I said I'm kind of having a bit of a love affair with artillery right now. Ooh. Honestly, a lot of things in World of Tanks annoy me to the point where, yeah, I can't actually play the heavy tank and be a robust as fuck, you know, dauntless monster half of the damn time. It's really fun when it works. The only problem is you get killed a lot because things like gold rounds make armor invalid. So, in a lot of cases, what I'll do is, if I don't like the infighting, I will take a roll, which allows me to still be effective and affect the game from as far away as humanly possible, which is how I got to carriers, and how I've got to artillery now. But at least, well, I knew about artillery, and like I said, I tried to grind. I had I suppose, my time with artillery beforehand, which is why I have the M12 to begin with. But honestly, I would have got him if the F3 didn't. But honestly, the thing that I'm trying to get across is that, well, I suppose the reason why I stopped there is because it was kind of dull and making me want to kill myself, and also, it wasn't really rewarding because everybody just bitched about artillery. Artillery is the devil, basically. It was no fun in it. There was no heroism in it. It's like, hey, I did really good in artillery, and then everyone else in the game, literally everyone else in the game is like, but it's artillery. So why are you excited, shitlord? You played the most broken thing in the game. And that kills the mood. But they're right, though. So that's why I kind of stopped playing artillery. But now, artillery has been, well, nerfed to the ground, and even the artillery players, a lot of artillery players are absolutely complaining about the way artillery is right now. And honestly, like I said, give me your artillery pieces if you don't want them. It'll save me the grind. This is fun, and honestly, a couple of people in my comments also found that, yeah, artillery is fun now, and they've started to play it, which is, well, there you go. Now you've got a bit, and now artillery has a completely different audience than it did before. Which is good, because it's actually somewhat balanced now. It needs a bit of help. Type 64, do not do that. You fucking mook. Why? Why'd you do that? He's stunned, and I get credit for all of that. Good! Fantastic! The only problem is we're still kind of out of tanks. We got a lot of artillery pieces left. This is going to come to an artillery versus artillery showdown, isn't it? We got a Cromwell. I'm going to back up a bit. So, oh, yep, that's what I thought. Right the fuck over there. 1375, I could have used your gun. Move a little bit forward. Little bit. That's not where I wanted to shoot him. Cromwell, click him. Ooh. Well, Cromwell, all yours. You gonna get him? You gonna click him? You gonna do it? Oh, you fucked up. And I can't hit him now because he's behind the fucking things. Ah, no! That's not good. Well, looks like it's up to me! Kinda. Well, now it's time to be heroic. Ha-ha! Oh. Nope. Wait. The F3 shot me. Thanks! Genius. Now you two better go off and go win the game. Get the stug. Blap the stug. You better blap the stug. They haven't spotted the F3. Are you gonna kill him? Now he spotted you. Good going! Well, things were going okay for us that game, we just couldn't kinda pull it out at the end. Get him, Hummel. Good man, now get out of the way of the artillery strike before it actually blaps you. Well, looks like it's up to the Bumblebee. Nope! Too far! Oh well. Moving on. I've got enough boosters to keep these victories actually meaning something. Yo, 1,000 XP on a loss. I'll take that. We're not making any money, though. This is the problem here. Actually, I think... wait, 11,000. Well, yeah, artillery's ammunition needs to be looked at, because that is way too fucking expensive for what the hell I'm doing. That's probably something they're gonna have to adjust in the next patch. Artillery is better gameplay-wise right now, but it's not totally, well, it's not totally square in terms of economy and overall, well, I suppose balance in terms of all the other economic changes. Because here's the thing, I think they're fucking terrified of stun. I was on the Sandbox server, and, well, I'm not exactly sure about how much I can talk about in terms of breaking the NDA, but there were a lot of things being tested on Sandbox server, and a lot of things that were fun. You should have heard the amount of bitching people were going on about literally everything. How they hated literally everything, and how everything was fucking terrible. And even though Wargaming was actually doing a lot of the changes that were, you know, actually helping improve the game here, that people were still complaining that they weren't listening to them. Oh my fucking god. Like right now, artillery as it is right now, there are people on the World of Tanks forums, people that were purple unicums, coming in to say that artillery in this form was absolutely worthless and terrible for the fucking game. And it also, in some respects, somebody tried to tell me that it because here's the fun thing. I still don't understand how the fuck this works. People were trying to argue that artillery was worthless, and then also there were people trying to argue that artillery was worthless, and then also invalidated medium tanks and light tanks somehow because stun was too effective. I don't understand how the fuck that works. How can artillery be worthless if it fucking actually inconveniences two other classes in the game by existing? I don't get it. These people are fucking stupid. And if Wargaming had listened to these people, you wouldn't have artillery right now. This wouldn't have happened. Which is also why the North American server got the artillery patch first. Why? Because we're fucking tiny and insignificant. The Russians, if they basically feared as if it was a bad patch, the Russians would have revolted against all the developers. Got the son of a bitch. So this is what we're dealing with right now. They have no idea if stun is actually good or not. It is, but they're still like, but it changes the game, and people are complaining about it. We're not sure. Fucking hell. Also, if, I'm gonna say this now, if all of the changes that went on in Sandbox actually made it through to the final game, this game would be immensely fucking better and more enjoyable. It wouldn't be perfect, but oh my fucking god! I played 1,000 games in the fucking Sandbox. I didn't want to go back to the live server. I fucking couldn't. That's why I stopped playing after the Sandbox shut down again. It was so much fucking better! But artillery right now is the only change that made it through. Because they kind of reviewed all the changes and all the bitching, and basically they kind of threw everything out. So now I hope they actually get their shit together and decide, oh wait, maybe some of these ideas weren't as bad. At least what I hope. Because stun is an amazing mechanic. It gets rid of the problem of artillery being one-shot machines, but also makes them relevant in the game. Because I'm still affecting the outcome of the battle, although it is not perfect. I would honestly take a more effective stun for the trade-off of less direct damage. Like right now I'm only doing like 300 maximum. On the best hits I manage like 300 damage. And then the wild one-shot out of fucking nowhere sometimes. I would take 250 or 200 damage consistently for every artillery piece that has stun, for a stun that is more inconvenient. Like a stun that doesn't last any longer than what it is, because it already kind of lasts. It already lasts pretty long. But I would make, just so it actually seems to actually affect the tanks that I hit a little bit more, because honestly, it seems like it doesn't. The damage is more inconvenient. The crew knockdown, half the time you don't even fucking, like, in the heaviest tanks you won't even fucking notice. Statistically, it does do something. It fucks up it basically reduces the effectiveness of the tank itself, so in a clutch situation, like I've been saying, it is effective. The only problem is, broadly, fuck you, SU-152, that was my kill. Fuck you. But, like I was saying, it's effective in a statistical sense, but not so much in a general gameplay sense. Which is, again, another thing that shows you that the developers are absolutely fucking petrified of this new mechanic and have no idea how effective it is or not. Because it would have been more pronounced, or it would have been, much more broadly effective outside of just the clutch situations if they actually believed in it more. Wargaming is absolutely fucking terrified right now of everything that they're doing. Or at least probably the suits are. Anyone who plays the fucking game for 5 minutes will be able to see that, yeah, the game's better now. But there's still an amazing amount of uncertainty with this shit. And it's actually kind of annoying. Because the game would be better faster if they didn't have that. Though, then again, that kind of cautiousness makes you not make mistakes. Nowhere near it. Oh well. But, honestly, all of the ideas that I saw on the Sandbox server, they were all good ideas. They were all nice. The game was actually fun. I could play it the way that I wanted to. Mouses roamed free on the steeps of these hills, wild and untamed, unafraid of what, tanks will do to them. Because they are robust as fuck. And they do not care. Now, let's see here. It seems like everything's gone quiet while I was bitching and complaining. We haven't got any kills yet, but the enemy has lost... Well, they lost an M6E1. Rip. Well, there's a defender. Wow, he globe-trotted around the map, didn't he? You, sir, hold on there! Let me see your papers! He didn't have the right papers. And also, now that I remember, this was also released in the, whatchamacallit, in the actual Sandbox, actual public news notes. Vehicle classes. Those all, no, I'm sorry, not classes, roles. Assault or breakthrough, actually no, those were two different classes. Assault tanks were your standard IS-7 T110 type of vehicle, with lots of front armor, but not any side armor at all. And then breakthrough vehicles were shit like the Mouse and E100. These roles were perfectly fucking fine. Didn't get through because of bitching and complaining. Ow! The loader is hit. He's moving slowly. Well, at least the artillery knows my fucking position now. I must have been spotted by that T-71 fug. Okay. Heal the loader and get the hell out of here. Or he might have counter-battered me, too. Son of a bitch. Also, I didn't get any... I also didn't hit the Tiger P. Son of a bitch. But also, yeah, vehicle rolls were actually a pretty good way of actually starting to actually hammer down on the specific oddities of vehicle classes, because heavy tank means jack shit in a lot of cases when you're comparing heavy tanks to heavy tanks. But people seem to like that sort of, like, inconsistent realism, I suppose, because the way a T-110 plays and the way a mouse plays is completely fucking different. And having one of them be an assault tank and one of them be a breakthrough vehicle kind of made things a little bit more fucking understandable, don't you think? Because they have different gameplay mechanics. Miss. Have different gameplay mechanics, and they also have, and you know, it's clearly visible. People bitched and played Super Noodle. Me and Super Noodle got into a fight over, well, not even really a fight, but, you know, an argument over this one. And I kind of let him have it because I didn't want to argue with him, but he's like, oh, well, he kind of doubted the realism, or rather, he kind of tried to go with the realism thing and how tanks being forced into roles was a bad idea. Fuck no, it was a great idea. But didn't get through because bitching and whining and complaining. Oh. I would have done damage, too. And also bitching and whining and complaining about stupid people who have no fucking idea what the hell they're talking about, and also stupid people that attempt to use their fucking Win-8s to dictate how the hell the game should be played. I fucking hate XVM and it should be banned from this fucking game. Do you know why? Because it's a useless metagame. At least me and Super Noodle agreed on that one. It's a stupid fucking metric. It has no bearing on the game itself. It basically is from a third party who decided arbitrarily what the most important parts of the game are, and then had a meter installed to measure those kinds of things, so people could measure their EPs. When in reality, your XVM number doesn't really mean all that much. And also, it kind of ruins the health of the entire fucking game, and also, if you have a high XVM number, congratulations, you're gonna get shot first. That's about all it means, really. There's terrible and competent. The individual sort of, it's impossible to judge individual skill in between competent and unicum. It's either you're skilled and you're dangerous, or you're an idiot. And the skilled people get shot first. That's what everybody fucking complains about, too. So, if XVM got banned from this game, I wouldn't miss it. Hail Mary. Ah, I stunned him, so I'm gonna get credit for this. Someone shoot him. Good! 14,000 support damage. Alright, alright. Okay game. Just gotta sit here and complain loud enough, then I'll get more kills.